Hello and welcome everybody to Otaku Tuesday. Yes, we are back and we got a couple new faces as of the past couple weeks. We have Marg and we have Laura and yes, we have Bazaar. He is back with us. So glad to see him.
Kidding.
Hi everybody. How you doing,
Hello.
Bazaar?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Marg, what have you been up to this past week?
Oh, reading a lot of manga, unhauling a lot of manga, cleaning out the fridge at the home, doing a little deep clean in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
What I've been up to.
Spring
Oh my
I would say I can so relate because Sunday and yesterday I've washed like all the bed sheets, hung them to dry outside so they smell all fresh. And I was like, that's a lot of work. I was like, shout out to the woman back in the day that be carrying them laundry baskets. I'm like, thank you for the dryer. Thank you for the
It's
dryer.
the way of the housewoman.
Yeah. I need to clean my fridge though. My husband organized the freezer, so that was really
Oh, I forgot the freezer. I need to clean the freezer out. I did the refrigerator part. Completely forgot about the freezer. So that'll be tomorrow.
that's so funny.
All right, so Anthony wants the link. I'm gonna send that to him. Anthony, I didn't know you wanted to be on, so sorry about that. I'm sending you the link right now in the chat. All right. Oh, so guys, you might be wondering where Carrie is. She had a family emergency, so we're sending our thoughts and prayers, good vibes towards her and her family. Hopefully everything turns out all right. So, but she will be back next week. She's all fine. We hope everything is good with her family. But yeah, so we got with Laura. Did you let us know this week?
For what?
Oh, sorry. Bazaar. Bazaar was next. Sorry.
Just like everyone else, I've just been doing errands, trying to get stuff done. I've been trying to get my taxes. I went with I went to my taxes today, and then I was missing some information from one of my jobs, so I had
Don't
to
do that.
go back, and it's been a big mess.
Yeah. The IRS has employed like so many new employees with
Oh, really?
guns for some reason, and don't mess up.
Well, that might be the reason why there's so many new questions that weren't there last year.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at it. I've got it.
Are
Yeah.
you armed right now? What?
I have our tax information. I should start working on that. I'm
Same
not
here.
looking forward to that.
You remember I did Uber, and that requires you doing a whole bunch of
Oh,
other
yeah.
math. That's gonna be painful.
The one that I'm doing is but the Grubhub's ones that is all these new questions now, and I'm like, and I thought I kept up with it so well.
Oh.
Not good enough, but I'll get it off.
And Anthony.
You guys,
Oh,
do
no,
your
we just
taxes.
dropped in.
Do your taxes.
Hey guys, your taxes, and what have you been up to, sir? We've been out for a couple weeks.
I did my taxes.
Oh
You
god, yeah,
did your taxes?
that's why he wasn't here.
I did it early for one. I usually like wait a while, but I was like, you know what? I might as well. But yeah, I got a new job, thankfully. So
Oh,
I've
shoot.
been focusing on that. So yeah,
Happy for
things are
you,
looking
man.
up. Yeah, thank you.
All right, so guys, I know we're talking about regular everyday life stuff, but let's get into the good stuff. We're going to be going over anime announcements, manga announcements. There's just been a bunch of stuff here this past week that has been dropping. We also got a little bit of news on Naruto and that live action that's coming out, and also we have our top 5, which is going to be what anime we all think should have a redo or maybe a second season or anything like that along those lines. So guys, I know Anthony, it's last minute, so if you want to throw something together, you can, or you can just listen to ours.
I made a PowerPoint.
Holy how?
This is a subject that I always love getting asked. So because it always changes. Like my list, like 2 years ago, is not the same from what I did right now. Like I spent like the last half hour doing my list. And so they're remakes. I'll get into it later, but you'll see. But yeah, I have a PowerPoint this time.
I have been saving my PowerPoints, Mark. I know we've been making ours for a while, and I just been holding them because I know something's that's gonna happen. And now I have a good reason. Now it's like this is why I'm holding it. So, as far as anime announcements, Mark, I think we got you looking listing those, right?
Yeah. Let me.
So that, and then Laura, you're going to be doing our Yen Press announcements.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
we'll go for that.
excited.
And then I'll be dishing some opinions on the Naruto live action. We can actually look into some of the details that I dug up. But for right now, Mark, we have.
Yes, we have some announcements, and I am so excited that we're getting Kalu generic romance.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
I'd say a lot of us are happy about this.
Yes, so happy. If you don't know what it is, it's kind of like a sci-fi slice of life romance-ish, kind of. So yeah, it's really good. The art's amazing. This mangaka did After the Rain, which also has an anime. So, and that one turned out really well. So I'm hoping this one will too.
Yeah.
I would say if you pick this one up and you decide to give it a free chapter, is actually read all the way to the end. There's actually a pretty decent ending to it of volume 1 and makes you kind of think.
Yeah. Makes you kind of go, what? It's a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, it's one of those volume ones that like it might not get you as you're reading it, but as soon as you get to the end, it's like, oh, okay, there's something here.
Yeah.
So that was my experience with it.
All right. And then the next thing that got announced was Honey and Lemon Soda's getting an anime. We are eating good over in the shoujo.
We are. We really are.
Arena. We're getting a lot of good stuff lately. So I'm very excited.
I don't know what y'all been doing, but y'all been getting manga releases left and right now, anime releases. What is going on? Did everybody just at Viz discover shoujo or what?
It's almost like girls are real customers. What?
Yeah,
girls like anime.
We shall see.
Who knew?
And it's true, and I'm so shocked because I don't know all the statistics with this one, but I have seen in the past like Honey Lemon Soda is increasingly like in the top 50 best-selling manga in Japan. So it's like we're at what 23? I think when we looked at it earlier, it was like 23 volumes for that one cover. So I'm like, what? Who's been sleeping here? But not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, it's very popular in Japan.
Shoujo Girl is on the rise.
On my like most wanted list too for Shoujo manga, and stoked when we got it.
Oh yeah.
We're also getting this, which we just got like not too long ago. We got announced that we got this manga. It's Anyways, I'm Falling in Love with You. So we're getting an anime for this too. So another reverse harem. Super excited because I love those. If you're a fan of those Not So Sweet Boys, I feel like you'd like this.
I agree.
What else does it remind me of? I don't know. But it's really good. I read the first 7 chapters are available on the K Manga app. So go check it out. See what you think. I really liked it. I'm definitely going to pick up the manga and probably watch the anime too, which I don't watch a lot of anime, so that's saying a lot.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
The same.
So that's all for the anime I had.
Okay, so now we shall shift over to Laura.
Yes, I am very excited. So Yen Press really went big, went hard on all of their announcements, and it's always a good sign, in my opinion, when the first they're starting out right with is shoujo, and that's the Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess short story collection. We did just get an anime announcement about this here a few weeks ago, and the main story is about a girl. She becomes a villainess in the book she wrote when she was in middle school. So it's her living through, like, seeing her characters basically real life. And so I guess this one has just short stories that are based off of those characters in the main series. So that was pretty cool. I just heard today on another channel that the West Wind Girls make over half the month. I believe it. I 100% that.
We also buy a lot of merch, so we can pump out that shoujo merch now. That would be great.
That would be great.
The ball's in your court, shoujo community. They've given you some attention. Now's the time. If you're waiting to buy that merch, buy that manga that you've been talking about that they're finally starting to reprint. And again, you're welcome. Buy this stuff now. Show them that you're out there.
We need
Yes.
more body pillows.
Yeah. Do you want?
I'm getting body pillows.
I'm so like my right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Money is good, and they got the money.
Exactly. Talking about money, I feel like this fandom is rolling in big, and that is Sword Art Online Alternative Clover's Regret. This is a new novel in the Sword Art Online universe. Unfortunately, I don't know anything. I don't know much about Sword Art Online, but I think it's amazing that like not every, but it feels like twice a year we have something new related to Sword Art Online. So if you can't get enough of that series, this novel is going to be for you and to go check out. And I guess see what's going on because some kind of mystery is unfolding in this series.
They have to have some die-hard fans for that series because I don't know who's keeping it alive, but they have to be like pretty like they have to have a lot of
hardcore.
Money. Yeah, like hardcore because they have. We see stuff all the time, every single announcement, like Sword Art Online. Who is buying this?
Real?
I don't. Not for us, but. Clearly somebody's doing it. They're doing it a lot.
I mean, I like season 1 of the anime, but season 2, I'm like, what? What happened here?
Yeah, it goes downhill pretty fast, but it had a good concept, and then it just
Okay.
Shangri-La Frontier. If you want something similar to that, or Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling did it so much better.
Yeah. Oh. There you have it on that for recommendations we would give when it comes to this. But the next one sounded pretty interesting. It's another manga, and that's Rejected by the Hero's Party. A princess decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Now, this is a spin-off of the hero that was banished from the Hero's Party. So I guess one of the characters is Princess. If you've been curious about her, what's her story, what's going on with her, this is going to be your kind of series that you want to check out, especially, I guess, if you love the main series, which I haven't read, but doesn't that one have an anime too? That's been
out? Yes, it does. So I guess like you said, I think it's from her point of view, and I'm not. She was in all of it. I think. I mean, I can't understand what other parts are going to show, but yeah, sure.
That makes me really curious. Then, like, because I wonder if the main character is going to be hanging out with her then too. So. I don't know. I like the cover though. It seems like it'd be a cute story, even though I've never read the original series or anything.
It was a really great anime, kind of real good slice of life. I mean, if you weren't really expecting anything, just kind of had it on in the background. It actually ended up getting me to actually start watching it. Like I had it in the background, but I just liked what I heard and just started sitting down. Like, this is actually really good. It's mellow.
Yeah.
It's I'm here for it.
Well, that's cool. And I guess if somebody or anyone likes reading spin-offs about their favorite series, Yen Press, there's like We See You, because the next one is, I don't know how to say this girl's name. How do you say this girl's name? Rivera in the Land of Prayer?
Probably Riviera.
Oh, that sounds so much better. My bad. But yes, this one is a spin-off of Wandering Witch, which I've never read either, but that has such pretty titles. So if you want, I guess, the two on the cover here, you want a story focused on them, this manga is going to definitely be for you, for sure. So I love the cover. I thought it was going to be something else. So I was like, I haven't read Wandering Witch, so I feel like I can't read this one because I don't know anything about the main series.
Yeah. Same here.
But that's okay. The next one is a shoujo, and it sounds so good. It's called In Another World, My Sister Stole My Name. And I love the tagline that Yen used. Imagine you're transported to another world, but your missing sister stolen your identity. And that seems to be the premise of the story. It's not an isekai, but it's not exactly time travel, but it's time travel. I don't really know what's going on, but it is a shoujo manga. I think somebody said it's in the same magazine of Hi, I'm a Witch, My Life as a Commoner, and there's like one other one. There's one other one, but so I guess if you're looking for a fantasy, and also, I will say, this is not related to In Another World with my smartphone, because that was my first thought.
I know why she stole her name, because her name was Karen. Of course she'd want to change her name.
You know, it is really weird because this is a Japanese manga, and that is not a Japanese name.
Well, I think it's supposed to be Karen. but
Yeah.
Karen is how we say it.
That is true. That is really, really true.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll find her stolen identity. This is what I'm definitely picking up. Now this one I'm not sure to say much about here, but strategic lovers. This guy, he's become basically the heir of an enormous business, and all the women want to be with him. They want to be the mistress to him, and so this is a harem manga. So if you're looking for a harem manga, this might have what you're looking for, hopefully.
This has my pre-order now.
This has your pre-order.
Yes, I am here for it. You knew it. You knew it was coming. I'm all for it. I'm writing it down right now. Strategic lovers.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what takes place. I'm sure the guy doesn't feel bad to be in this kind of situation at this point. So
He doesn't. He will act it, but no, he's there for it.
we have another shoujo, and was that the Hachi Oji specialty, Tengu's Love? And I'm really here for this one because it sounds like it's a childhood friends to lovers kind of romance. I don't know, but there's Japanese folklore, so if you're looking for that mixed in maybe with some of that childhood friend to lover kind of romance, this one seems like it could be a great one because he, I think, moves out but comes back and she's like, hey, I want to be your wife and let's get married kind of thing. And he's like, what in the world? It only has 2 volumes out in Japan though, so brace yourself if you love it. The wait will be long. The wait will be very long. So I'm not personally looking excited on the wait, but very curious and excited for that one. The next was a novel, and that is Hell is Dark with No Flowers.
That
Mark,
cover's awesome.
you should promote it because it says fans of the occult. This one's for you. Oh, but
hey now. Don't start some rumors.
I did think of you guys when I saw that, but
One of us.
We can't skip.
I-
We can't go
And
to the
no chanting.
allegations.
No chanting.
I'm totally with you. The cover looks amazing, and I don't know if it's this young man on the cover, but he can see monsters, and so he's in constant fear. But of course, he's going to come across somebody said, "A European mansion with a beautiful boy inside the European mansion," and I'm not really. I was so curious about the cover and whatnot that I realized I didn't even read about this one. It looked really cool though. I admit this was like a cover love interest kind of thing, but this is a novel. Just to note that it's not a manga or anything. So, but
Not a cult, cat. Stop it.
the next manga, I was really excited for this, is The Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant Used to Be Arch Enemies. This is a 4-koma story. It's by the same creator as right there, Inu and Boku, SS.
Ooh.
And this also had an anime announcement, and yeah, it's going to be the 4-koma. I saw a few panels, and it looks so good. They're so cute. So if you're looking for maybe not a lot of plot, but some cuteness where these two trying to make it work, but they can't really make it work because she's a magical girl. You know, he's the evil lieutenant, but it works. The only thing I will note, I did not know this, but the creator has passed away. It wasn't recently, but she did pass away. So this manga is not going to ever, like, it doesn't have an ending to it. So that is just something to note for those who are like, I need to have an ending. This one does not have that. But it will be 3 volumes in one. And the cover looks so cool. It makes me really excited for the anime, to be honest. It was on my radar, but then I saw this and saw pages, and I was like, I want it. That's probably one of my most anticipated releases from Yen for this one. So she's so pretty. Last but not least is a new GL novel, My First Love's Kiss. The artist is the same one from Bottom Tier character Tomozaki, which I've heard really good things about that. They're just the artists. And so this is a bitter tale of 2 high school girls. I said bittersweet.
Bitter.
Sweet. Tales of 2 high school girls, you know, thrust together, living under the same roof. So a lot of friends I knew were really excited about this one. Oh, this is from the author of Adachi and Shimamura, which I have not heard of that. But if you, I guess, enjoy that series, there's a chance you might like this one. That was all of the announcements from Yen, and these are all coming out this August, so this year. So,
dude,
I know. I was like, all right, wasn't planning to get hit that hard for the later part of the year for my budget, but that's okay because it's going to be worth it.
Well, I know we were talking about this maybe a couple weeks ago about Crunchyroll doing their whole shenanigans that some people weren't happy with. We got a little bit of good news, possibly. Turns out the digital library that you lost, there might be some compensation toward for that, since everybody that had a Funimation code for digital manga was able to watch it on Funimation. They can't do that on Crunchyroll now, but they're looking for some way to compensate you. So that's some good news there. Just keep your eyes open for it. We should learn more. Oh, actually, sorry, I didn't even see that. According to Purini, this compensation could be access to the digital copy of on any of the existing or other services where they might be able to access it. It could be a discount access to our subscription service, so they can get access to the same shows through our subscription service. And my opinion on this. I mean, I was burned with digital comics, and I think everybody needs to learn this lesson. So, yeah, digital is not the future. You're gonna get burned on this. So, if you're buying digital, switch to physical as soon as you can.
Yeah,
There's been a resurgent in physical media recently.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Best Buy dipped out at the wrong time.
That's what I was just about to say, which is weird to think that Best Buy's not selling physical stuff. So, also Kitty Cat, Mark, and Asian Merm canceling you because you guys said there was nothing from Yen.
My wall is gonna be
the fourth cover was interesting, but I kind of passed on
Wait.
everything else.
I'm not really seeing any whatchamacallit errors here. Yeah, they're right. Let's see. Where is the next one? It was stop screen presents. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. So the next thing, you may have heard about this, but Naruto is actually getting a live action adaptation. Is it a Netflix series? No, it's actually going to be a movie. So that take that however you will, but there's a few things that present as red flags to me. For one, we have Lionsgate, who is going to be presenting this. Now, I'm not sure if you know anything about Lionsgate. They've had some decent movies here and there, but I think their highest selling movie was in 2013. Was that Hunger Games was it the second part of part 3? Which is crazy. Their highest grossing film was way back then.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since then, maybe John Wick 4 was pretty decent, but it wasn't the top. So they've had John Wick, Hunger Games. What was the vampire one that the glittery vampire movie? What is that?
Twilight.
You had those. So that's what they're kind of known for, but also a lot of horror movies, but they're not grossing that much money.
Interesting.
So that's one thing on me. When I hear about this, I'm thinking about those. But what about y'all? Are y'all familiar with Lionsgate and what they do?
No,
Not
that
really.
was. I appreciate the background there because no, I don't even remotely look at that half the time. Now, if we're talking anime, that's a different story. But Western movies, no, I have not.
So
if I remember, they're like a British movie company. Like they're in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. If I remember correctly. So if Kakashi sounds British, you know why.
Well, we have the the director and co-writer for one of the latest Marvel movies, which is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is something I didn't really watch. I watched the trailers, really didn't captivate me. I wasn't really interested, but I did pull up a lot of the fight scenes just to see if there'd be something.
I did see that.
What do y'all think?
I like that movie.
Honestly, I really loved the movie as well. I thought the humor was more not tasteful, but like, don't get me wrong, I like the humor like in the Marvel movies, but it seems like they've gone much more comedian-like or just humorous. And I feel like this one had a great balance of like humor, action, seriousness, and I thought it was really good too. Like Mark said, I really enjoyed it. It was one of the few Marvel films that I actually wanted to own physically because I enjoyed it so much the time that I watched it.
Really? I tried watching all the fight scenes on YouTube just to see. It's like, all right, what would they do for a Naruto fight scene? I mean, I like some of the choreography and some of the effects. So I was like, but so hopefully those people are on and not just the director.
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of concerned me here is that this guy joins another guy who I can't read his name, but I'll highlight it here. Apparently, they're gonna team up and also do other game adaptations, which includes Borderlands and Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if this is the one that just came out, but
Yes.
Borderlands. I don't know if y'all have played that game or seen the announcements on that, Anthony.
They're talking about the Dungeons and Dragon movie that came out last year. That was actually pretty decent. It
Was
was a
it?
surprise.
I heard it was
The
really
humor in
funny.
that is actually pretty good. I chuckled a few times. Borderlands is a different story. I'll wait till that comes out, but so far it's looking eh.
Yeah, it like we'll take Borderlands for instance. I saw the poster. You got Jamie Lee Curtis and you have what was it, Kate Blanchett? Both
Yeah.
actresses 50 and up playing characters that are about in their 20s, and you also have was it
It's Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart and also Jack Black. I was like, okay, yeah, I could see Jack Black getting away with it, but he's still really high up there. I don't really associate his voice with Claptrap, the foul mouth little robot that's in the game. But
Well, I didn't either with Bowser, but he does
True.
really good on
Yeah, it
Bowser.
worked. It did
I will
work,
give him
yes.
that. Yes, I actually loved him. I was on the
Yes.
fence with him when I heard the announcements, but when I
was like,
actually saw
huh?
the movie,
Yeah.
I liked it. Peaches, that was a great
Yeah.
song. I actually
That was
practiced
ad-lib.
listening. Really?
It was ad
Most
libbed
of
and
it,
they
yeah.
added it in the film.
Most of that song's ad libbed. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
He was
Nice.
just singing it. He came up with it, and they just like, yeah, we're putting it in.
That is awesome. I didn't know that he was going to do supposedly Steve in the
Mhm.
upcoming Minecraft movie. And I was like, I'll go see it because he's voicing Steve.
My question on this, I mean, Naruto's a pretty long series. How are we going to do that? Put that into like a 2-3 hour like movie. So they're going to have to cut it into an arc, and even the arcs are pretty long.
I guess what would be the most popular? Would it be the most popular arc that gets
they'd
the attention?
They'd have to at least do the introductory arc because you're not gonna just stone cold put him in like
Yeah.
Sasuke retrieval. So I if I had to guess, it would be like the first episode would probably be like 20 minutes of the movie,
Mhm.
and then they'll probably do like the Zabuza arc, just to like they could streamline it, just in
Yeah,
case.
the
'cause
bridge.
That's a short arc for what it is.
I would say, yeah, I would agree with that because the bridge is like pretty close to the beginning, and it's got a lot of good story, a lot of good scenes that
Yeah.
I would love to actually see live action, but
Yeah, and
it's a
then they
lot of
could,
CGI.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'd be a lot of CGI, and then they could probably like tease like the other kids as like an end credit scene if they want to like do that. But if you want to just go like small, compact without overcomplicating everything, then probably the first arc is the way to go.
Hmm.
I wonder if this. Well, has there been talk of an Naruto live action for a while now, or is this like
Yeah.
recent?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, no, it's always been a thing, but it's more clear now with this.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they waited to like see how the One Piece live action would pan out.
Yeah.
And, all the excitement and the hype that has had, and brought in like so many new fans, which is really cool. So also, Marg, I do like his shirt too. I think it's cool. Yeah, very Hawaiian.
Very nice.
Actually, I didn't even see that. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. I see a face, and I don't know. It's a lot of different things. But I think I might give this at least a trailer. I'll watch the trailer.
Oh,
And I'll
for
go
sure,
from
yeah.
there.
Wow.
But that's it for the Naruto stuff. We went through the announcements. Top 5 anime we want to.
Oh wait, Marg's got to do her
Square
Square
Enix.
Enix ones.
Yep. Square Enix.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a 17th one
Sorry.
too, if I'm correct, as well.
It was,
There's a lot of
Kind of the
things
same.
going on with the community
Yeah.
with that one.
We want
We're
to open the
getting-
can of worms right now, or do we?
Bo might. No.
It's like, Carrie, you put me in charge, and the whole thing got canceled. Everybody got canceled by association. People in the comments got canceled.
Nice.
Oh.
So, we're getting the My Happy Marriage art book. Yay! I'm so happy we're getting more art books. I actually have the Japanese version because I couldn't wait for them to figure it out.
Canceled, kitty cat. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Mark.
Kitty cat. Oh my god.
Now you are canceled.
Oh,
So
The art is beautiful in
beautiful.
the series, so
I mean, it's very well done. It's even got like these cool pages. Well, these cool pages that have like
Oh, that's
cutouts and
cool.
stuff.
That's neat.
So cool. It's
You know-
it's amazing.
I give a lot of flack to the art books, and then I thought about it just now. I was like, you know what? I'm collecting all these One Piece cards mostly because the way they look was like this is essentially the same
Mhm.
thing.
That's an
So
art
many
book.
art yeah.
No,
That's
I
art
can't.
book.
I can't give them too much crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous. I highly recommend you guys pick it up. If you already have the Japanese version, though, there is some like Japanese in the back. So, if
they
you
said
want
there was-
that translated, then I would pick up the English version. But if you already have it, you can use Google Translate to
Oh,
translate
yeah.
the stuff in the back. So,
What's
it's up
that
to
one?
you.
Does
What's
that one? Oh, see, does that one include the short stories? Because Square Enix mentioned there's gonna be short stories included.
What? I don't.
Also, it's gonna be hardback.
So they even give you less paper in the
Oh
art
well,
book?
it's
Double
hardback.
now.
Well, I'm in.
I'm
I
pretty
don't see any
sure.
short stories in the back.
Okay, well, Seven
So,
Seas is
okay.
saying that they've got it, so that's what I was
Oh, I
curious.
see it. Yeah.
That's what I was most curious about.
Mm.
Was like, what are the short stories that are included?
Mhm.
And if it's hardcover too,
Yes.
I might
I'm
have to get
pretty.
both.
I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure that they said that it was gonna be hardcover because somebody also said that they were gonna get it. They're gonna sell theirs and get that one.
I would not do that investment if I were selling this. Like, it's an art book. No.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't even do our manga art book. Why are we going to do that?
Yeah. I'm hoping that since we got this one, we're gonna get Apothecary Diaries, which is
Yeah.
also by Square Enix soon.
That would
Oh,
be
most
pretty
likely.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the anime.
Hmm.
We need an art book now, and we
Yeah.
got the light novels too. So
Right.
yeah.
So what's the
So
next?
that's that one. Then we have Always a Catch. This is another show. Is it shoujo? Yeah,
Mhm.
shoujo.
It is.
Duke's daughter Maria always valued her fists over thoughts of suitors, but now that she's decided to marry, what happens when her martial arts prowess ends up wooing a prince? I'm curious about this one.
It is so funny. You can read the first. They split it up, but you can more or less read the first chapter on Comic-Key because I went and checked it out. The action scenes are great. I was like, she just beat up all the people who kidnapped her because she gets kidnapped at some point, and she beat them all up. And then she's like, and the prince sees the guy, and she's like, "Oh no, come save me! I'm a damsel in distress." He's like, "I just saw what you just did." She's like, "Oh no, like my prospects are even smaller." Also, the Square Enix did say that the My Happy Marriage art book is hardcover.
Really?
Mm.
Wow.
No, kitty cat. No, this is not another princess insert fantasy.
Yeah, no, this one actually
Okay.
does sound interesting.
Look,
Yeah,
This
this
one
sounds
does-
like it's for my wife. So
do me a favor, Mark. Can you click on that handy dandy link so everybody can see what the second part of this title is?
Oh, this is just an image.
Oh, well, it's like I think it's how. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. It can't be a self princess insert one. Hold on.
You know, the
Because-
martial arts aspect of it interests me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I thought the fight scenes or how she does the scenes were really good. So the second part of the title is how I punched my way
Oh.
into marrying a prince. Okay, so she's punching her way to marry a prince. That can't be a self insert. Well,
I will say I'm very interested in this one among other like type of these because
Mhm.
I don't know. It just sounds like fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I guess kitty cat. I guess you do have a point, but it feels different. Like Mark said, this does not feel your
It's different.
typical princess. At least she can beat up her people. She don't need the
Right.
prince.
Yeah,
to come
she's
do
not a
it.
villainess. She's not isekai.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like it's different.
Yeah.
I agree.
As long as the prince actually has a purpose in there, like Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need him to be like doing manly things. I can't have him be like dopey. If he's
He does
dopey,
seem
I
dopey.
pass.
I agree
He
with
didn't
Mark
seem
on this
dopey at
one.
the
Let's write this
beginning.
down.
Yeah, I need a manly man in my manga. Next, we have Dragon and the Chameleon. I've never heard of this one. When a veteran manga creator inexplicably switches bodies with his jealous assistant, their clashing artistic ideals will rock the entire industry. I like
Okay.
this cover.
I
Yeah.
confess, I did check out the first chapter. It was really good. It was
This sounds
really
good.
Yeah, because the main Monica, he is like, I say typical, not that I would know, but like does all-nighters, very passionate about his work and everything. And this guy, he can copy literally line for line, like that is his work. And he ends up falling down the stairs, and I guess they swap bodies. And the main creator has to start from the bottom up, and he goes to an editor and he's like, because he goes to the chameleon guy, and he's like, I'm not giving your body back. I'm stealing all of your work and taking all the glory for myself. And so of course the manga,
Oh,
yeah,
This
he's
sounds
like,
fun.
yeah, so he
I have
goes
heard
and
of this.
it's basically like a competition of, I feel like, between these two manga, like the one, because somebody compared it when I saw a comment, it's like two dragons, but one of them's a fake, but because he's faking it so well that he seems like the real dragon. So it seemed really interesting. Supposedly it like got a nominated for an award. I don't know how true that is, but Bo, I actually blame you for me looking into this because it was the only one that you reacted to when I shared the license announcements in the chat. I was like, oh, maybe he knows something. I was like, I'm gonna go know something too. So,
This one does sound interesting. I'm definitely want to try this one.
yeah,
It's
so,
interesting.
Out of all the ones we've named, I think this is the only one I'm going to go actually get.
Yeah.
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 Sounds really good.
And I agree with Mark. The cover's so cool.
It is cool, yeah. And they got that yellow in there. Yellow
Yeah.
seems to be a pop in color these days.
Yeah, it does. I feel like
And
yellow,
that's it.
yellow, and that
Those-
like bright lime green kind of color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much as well.
Dang. So this will probably be like our fastest one, even though we got 5 people. Actually, no, 5 people and then 5 different anime we're gonna talk about. This might be actually a pretty decent stream right here. All right, so who wants to start? Mark wants to start, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll throw my thing up there.
All
right.
Fire points,
Animes that need
yay!
a chance. I've got some animes in here that need a reboot. I've got some animes in here that need a redo, and I've got some animes in here that needs an anime. So yeah, there's a whole bunch going on in here. So first up, can we please get a reboot of Fushigi Yugi? I don't feel like it needs a reboot, but I just feel like it just needs to be like prettied up and like, you know, put in like some Blu-ray, like, you know, it needs to be
Refresh.
freshened up. Yeah, it needs a refresh.
Yeah.
Even though the original was just perfect, but I feel like it just needs, I mean, come on, we're going on like 30, 40 years of this being in existence. So, and it's the OG isekai. Isekais are popping right now. Why don't we have like a reboot of this? I mean, Fruits Basket got a reboot. Even though, you know, Fruits Basket,
Buy the
this
merch.
one went through the entire series. Fruits Basket did not. So,
The art
it's
looks
very
good.
popular. I mean, 90s nostalgia is it. I mean, we're seeing all the 90s fashion come back into the stores and things like that. So, why not the anime?
And I think, like you said, the manga series, it has to be popular because Viz gave it that special edition or whatever. I mean, the Viz Bigs or 3-in-1s or something like that. So it had to have been a good bestseller because that's the only time Viz ever does anything for shoujo like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it recently had like a 30th anniversary and it had like a pop-up store recently and everything like that. And I'm like, it's still relevant. People still want it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why not a reboot? And
Like anniversary collection or something.
Yeah, like remaster it. I don't know, but
right.
So Laura, I didn't even ask you. Did you do a slideshow?
Did I do a what?
Did you do a slideshow, or do you want to talk about?
No, I was uncool and did not do a slideshow, but I do have all my. I know, so uncool. I'm gonna go with this one because it was the first one that I felt came to mind. Is it sharing? I don't know if it's sharing.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It has come true. Kitty cat. Yes.
So I'm saying One Punch Man season 2, not season 1. I love season 1.
Yes.
I don't know. This was one of the first anime that I ever watched weekly with my husband. Like, that shows how long ago it was my first one. But it was not the same. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to think back, like, what just didn't work for me. So I would love for it to just be redone and just be completely just as amazing as season 1. Like, it just needs a redo, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like I can't say much because like, it's been so long, but I just remember me and my husband like being like, this is not the One Punch Man that we saw first.
Yeah.
So
I had a video where I did a side-by-side comparison of what the anime showed versus the manga, and like the manga like completely demolished. It was so much better.
oh
Yeah, I mean, yeah. For One Punch Man, it was more of like the studio change, and they kind of. A lot of people like say like, oh, it's the art. It's obviously isn't as good as season 1, which yes, obviously like if you see the comparisons between season 1 and season 2, there's a vast difference. But to me, the thing that I've said this a couple times before, the what made it not hit as much for me was the pacing, because they the second season's supposed to be very story driven and like character based, but they like fly past a bunch of stuff.
They
So,
did.
for me,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
felt
was.
very, very rushed. And like what? I forget the guy's name, but the guy that's the long hair in the back right there. I felt like he. Oh, I'm showing it on.
The
Don't
Kung Fu guy?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
in the center of the blue jacket.
I
Yeah,
felt
like
like
that.
he got like the main focus, which I mean, he's not a bad character, but yeah, it just felt like you sort of see these characters, some of these characters for a moment, and then that's sort of like it. And if you get more stuff with them, it's sort of like I said, like lost over, where it just felt like I'm missing something, but I don't know what that is because we hadn't read the manga at that time. Yes.
Yep, you're right, Kitty.
Yeah.
Here's hoping the season 3 is, good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we get something soon about it.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Actually, wasn't it supposed to be earlier this year that the season 3 was supposed to come out?
That's
supposed
what
to
I
come
thought.
out this year apparently, but there's not even a trailer out. No one knows who has it, because apparently it was going to be the anime that got passed down to studios every season.
Yeah.
But after how bad season 2 did, they were like, well, let's wait on it. And so now no one knows who it is, or it might be the same studio. I'm hoping it's Bones, because they gave Mob Psycho a lot of love, so they could probably do the same.
Oh, yeah.
And then I know Murata has his own anime studio that is like very like small, which a lot of people thought like, oh, like he's probably just gonna pick up the rest of it, but he like confirmed like, no, it's not me, it's somebody else. But we'll wait and see. All we've gotten so far is just the poster, and the poster looks meh. But yeah.
So I would say, Bizarre, are you ready?
Yes, I went with for number 5. I went with Black Butler season 2. I know it got a season 3 and other specials and stuff, but I put this at number 5 because I didn't hate it as much as everyone else did, but I still didn't go on into season 3 yet, so that if that tells you anything. So yeah,
I did love the first season. I think that was just beautifully done, especially the ending. I absolutely loved it. And then season 2, I had some high hopes. I didn't know where they would go, and then what we got, I was not happy with it.
Yeah, well, everyone told me it was awful. Like, I didn't think it was awful, but I just didn't enjoy it. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
so,
it's from what I remember, because I remember watching it in I think high school, because that's when everyone was really into it. The difference between seasons 1 and 2 are like complete, like the vibe is completely different from what I remember. Because a lot of like, go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, I just said they added a lot of characters I didn't like.
Yeah, that you really didn't care about. You watched it and like, who is this? hair and why are they like all written the same?
Did you guys watch season 3? And should I go on or no?
Oh yeah. I've watched the other movies except for the latest one, but I did like the circus.
Okay, I'll try it, but I need to go back to the beginning though.
Yeah, season 2 is the only thing I don't like about the
Yeah,
series. Everything else I've loved.
there was a recent
There was a reason what?
there was a recent movie because I remember I stopped at season 2. There was a recent movie I forget where they're on like a boat that
Is it,
which was really good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
No,
no,
I watched it a bunch of times.
It's
Yeah,
Atlanta,
that like
right? Atlanta, something. Atlanta.
Yeah, something like that.
mhm.
Hadn't watched that one though.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But
That one's really good.
I would suggest that circus one. It was really good.
Okay, I'll have to keep going then.
All right, welcome back, Laura. So,
Sorry.
Anthony, did you want to share your PowerPoint?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
And Bizarre, I think I'm on volume 8 of Black Butler collection wise, but I got a ways to go. I think it's 33 now.
Yeah, I'm only on volume 5, and I love it. So I don't know why I've been putting it off. I think it's just because for a while there they were a little bit harder to find.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think they're all back in stock now.
Sweet. And I think the hype is kind of cooled on it for now because I think the anime is coming. Was it this year?
I think so.
I think it's like next season.
Next
Oh,
season?
really?
Well, I can't wait for that one. It's gonna be like CL is gonna be going to high school basically.
Wait, are we getting a season 4 or what?
Getting another,
I think so, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a prequel or in between cool or something. I'm not sure.
I didn't know about that.
Isn't
Yeah,
it
they
called,
have, like, new
public
content.
school or something?
Sorry.
The art looks like it has an upgrade. It's a new studio. I can't remember who, but the art looks pretty good.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, all right, I have Anthony's right here.
All right. So, back in like, I want to say 10 years ago, this concept was called the Brotherhood treatment. So we're going to go through like a small history lesson of what a remake is. So what is a remake? An anime series remade from beginning, so square one. So I'm not talking about continuations. I want like new arc of this. So it's basically I'm going start from episode 1, redo it over again. So obviously like Dragon Ball Kai, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like the main one that everyone points to. Hunter x Hunter. Those are remakes. And then what isn't a remake is continuation. So like the Bleach anime, Hajime no Ippo, things that take forever to come back. Like I don't count those. So like, for example, like even though I hate season 2 of The Promised Neverland, this is on here because I actually like season 1. So I left that alone. Stuff like that. So number 5 is Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
I thought season 1 was okay until I was told like, oh, they skipped like an arc in the middle, right? Like of the first season, and I didn't know. And then like they showed me like a clip of like a scene from the show where it's like, yeah, he talks about training, you don't see him train at all. And then I wound up reading it, and so yeah, it's a lot better in the manga. I won't say it's amazing because there's some hiccups with it, but I enjoyed the original series in the manga. And then everyone knows season 2 was an anime only. Like I think Kitty Cat said season 2 of Black Butler was anime only. But then it eventually circled around to being like the end of the actual series, which was like meh. And then if you watched this week to week, back in the day, they would censor it a lot. It was notable for being the reverse censor, where they would I forget what it's called, but they reverse the colors whenever something happened, so everything would be blue. And it's very bad. And then like towards the end they just said, okay, we'll forget that and we'll just like half black screen the entire screen for like violent parts. It was really bad. And so yeah, like you had to wait. That was like the time where like I know now with like anime like Tokyo Revengers, like a lot of people find the TV version, they bring it over, they translate it or whatever. Back then it was like you had to wait a while for it to get uncensored, and it's forever. So I would just remake that and start from scratch, because even though I have problems with the series, I know there's a better version of it, and so I would probably put that up there.
All right.
Yeah.
So for mine, let's go ahead. It's a redo of the anime. All right, number 5 is. There we go. My Bride is a Mermaid. I absolutely love this one. It was fun. It was hilarious. You have a young boy who's rescued by a mermaid, and this is taboo because mermaids, their existence can't be known. So as she reveals herself, saving this young boy from drowning, I say young boy, he's in high school. Uh, she comes to him with a proposal, a literal proposal, because in order to move forward, either someone's got to die, one of these two, or they can get married, and that taboo can be forgiven. And come to find out, she takes him underwater to her world, and come to find out, her family is basically the underwater yakuza, and they all turn into mermaids or sharks or any other kinds of creatures. And every episode is basically them plotting to kill this guy, and the girl is so sweet and innocent, and she just loves him and is really willing to marry him. And they have this spreading romance, and I actually thought it was really cute. But there's a lot of parts in there where you'll have some misunderstandings with the family, and the father is hilarious because he's always the tsundere, the guy who's yelling and screaming. It's like, I'm gonna kill this guy. But it's pretty cool. I loved it. I want more though. Season 1 was awesome, but I want more. I kind of left it. They kind of wrapped it up. I guess you could say that, but they also left it open to where you can actually go on from there. So that's my thing. I want this one to get a season 2.
That sounds really good. I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I want to watch this.
Same.
It's like a comedy, right? If I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
it was a great comedy.
Yeah, 2000s comedy. I've heard about this one.
Mark.
Yeah,
Next.
moving on from the 90s nostalgia.
What is that?
It's a VHS, young children.
We canceled our own children.
Watch movies from this.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that definitely needs a revamp.
Again, the 90s nostalgia train. This only had this video girl, AI. Her name's I. It only had like an OVA, and it was only 6 episodes. Only 6 episodes, and like there's still tons of story that it left out. So I wanted to continue the story. It has iconic art style that this manga artist, I don't even remember his name, but it's really good. If they can just cut out maybe like just like all the fan service, I feel like this would be an amazing series to
Writing this down.
in anime. Do I?
I'm writing this down.
It's a lot of fan service. It's like eye roll fan service. It's like, oh my goodness. But the story's amazing. Laura, I think you'd hate this because there's like love triangles galore in this.
I'm out.
Or like a love square at one point.
Oh my
God.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. But it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of teenage angst, but it's fun. It was great. It's kind of like sci-fi because she's a video girl, so he rents this videotape from the video store, kind of like Blockbuster for, three people that remember Blockbuster.
R.I.P.
Where you rent a VHS tape.
Yeah.
So he gets a VHS tape, sticks it in his VCR, and she comes popping out of the TV to help him with his love life, and shenanigans ensue.
Yeah. All right.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
The bottom image of him in the yellow tracksuit and the girl, it reminds me so much of David and Lucy from Edge Runners. Like, they have the same vibe. Like, he reminds me of David.
Same color scheme, yeah.
I was like, I wonder if there was inspiration. I think it's just because of his yellow jacket, to be honest, but still. I didn't finish that one because the fan service got overwhelming, and I was like, "There's only so
Yeah.
much I can close my eyes before I'm just missing."
And that one was which one again?
It's
Like
really
every volume, like her shirt tears, and it's like, oh my goodness, oh here we go again.
I said I'm on board. What was the name? All right, so Laura, you ready with yours? So what anime do you want to redo on?
Let's see. For nostalgia, we'll do that one. Talk about this 90s nostalgia. I'm hoping that you don't have this one, Bizarre. I feel like this would be one that you would do, to be honest. Where's that at? There it is. Okay. I'm going to say this one. I've never seen it, to be honest. So my bad. But Magic Knight Rayearth. I'm like, we've got... I feel like it needs to come back. It deserves the Fruits Basket treatment. I would love to see this anime shining in all of its glory and just Shoujo Sparkle's action scenes, the whole thing. I feel like it would just be a great time for a reboot. I've never seen the original, so I don't know how it is. But I just feel like, especially with Clamp having their big exhibit that they've got going in Japan, and like they're doing a special kind of, I don't know, they're doing something special online right now too. I really feel like this one deserves a reboot. I think it just deserves that kind of love. Especially
what's this
like,
about? I've seen this, like, I think I've seen the 3-part hardcover everywhere.
Yes.
But what's it about?
So it's about these 3 girls. I forget what grade that they're in, but they all go meet sort of like on a field trip. They go to different schools, and suddenly they see like a bright light, and they get taken to this other world. They're falling, and they find out they're sort of the not saviors, but they're the knights. They're the magic knights who need to defeat the evil one, who's basically, I guess, what is he doing? He's Bizarre. Can you help me out on this one? You've read Magic Knight Earth, right? You're my Clamp fan. I'm trying to think of, like, but he
Still muted.
He's muted.
There will
Okay.
be no help from Bizarre today.
I was typing. I didn't want to be rude.
But I don't remember why the evil guy's doing what he's doing, but these girls have been summoned there basically to defeat him. And one of the best...
This is a good isekai. This
Yeah.
is good.
Now look, I love Sailor
Now
Moon.
Kitty's out.
I grew up with Sailor Moon, but this is better than Sailor Moon. No hard
okay.
feelings against Sailor Moon, but Shay Geeks Out had said that, and I read it, and I was like, this is amazing. And one of the best, most shocking plot twists I've ever read is at the end of part 3, or volume 1. Wait, part 1, volume 3. I will never get over it. And like basically, these girls' world is not just literally, but figuratively flipped upside down. They question everything. Wonder if they came here as knights, as guardians to help save the day. They had to learn their powers and their magic, and then they had to fight and everything. But is that why they were ultimately summoned here? Is that what they were supposed to do? And so they're like, I don't even know if the anime covers that part, but the second half was just like them. I wouldn't say them being crybabies, but it was just like, they're magical girls. They saved the day. But was that what they were supposed to do? The way they saved the day, was it the right thing? So it had a lot of heart and a lot of depth, and very little romance, surprisingly, but I loved all 3 girls. The way they grew, it really showed the power of friendship kind of thing. So it deserves to have a comeback, especially since we have the box set and we have now the paperback singles coming out. Hopefully I explained that well. I need to reread it because I'm like, what was the bad guy doing? I know the plot twist with the bad guy, but I don't remember his actual intentions of what he was doing to the world. I just know that the world was falling apart basically in this other place.
I'm definitely down to get that hardcover, like 3-pack. So I'll probably get that.
It is stunning. I have it, and it was the best way to read this series, in my opinion. Like, everything was blown up, and it comes with 2 mini art books. They're all hardcover. It was very, very gorgeous.
Kitty's got a good point right there.
Yes, and I feel like that's what I really liked about Magic Knight Rayearth, and just how it was very original. I mean, it reminds me of like Red River and From Far Away. Like, it was not your run-of-the-mill isekai where everything sounds the same. There's, you have a little bit of differences, but they all have the same premise. Like, each one of them, they all come to the world, and it ain't smooth sailing. They have to learn and grow, and it was cool to see.
Cool. cool.
That was an excited ramble. I do apologize on that.
No. We,
Wow.
we love it when you get excited about manga. You go on, and it's very informative and interesting. So you give us a lot of
Oh, yeah.
information that we like. So
Sometimes I feel like I'm just rambling, just excited rambling, making no sense. No.
oh
No, that's me
We'll,
making no
we'll just
sense.
do this. We'll do this. So, all right. So bizarre.
Yeah, I didn't put that one on my list, but I thought about it because I actually do need to update to the Blu-ray, but it's just like $60, so I haven't done it yet. But I actually have the DVD, and it's so old that when you put it in, it plays the trailers automatically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's that old. Like it's not even like the DVD with a menu. But I definitely need to update it. And what you were talking about is that the anime does cover the second part, because there's like 3 volumes in the first part, and there's 3 volumes in the second part. So yes, the anime does cover
I'm glad.
does cover the second part of the manga. So yeah.
And I will add, the second part has mech. And it is so, it's sort of like mech, but it is so cool. I was like, I've never seen this in a magical world. That was, so I was like, man, we need that part, especially.
Yeah.
Girls, isekai, and mechs. All right. I mean,
The first part's pretty much just like setting everything up and setting like the world up. The first 3, and the first part of the anime, and then the second part, and then the second part of the manga is like going in depth, and it gets super dark.
It does.
Yeah, it's really.
It really does. Tell you, man, that plot twist, I will never forget it. And just how I just sat in my car, like, what is this? What just happened?
I might be up all night long watching that again. And I think it's actually on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it.
Really?
Yeah, I think at least it was last time I checked.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so my number 4 is Tokyo Ghoul. So can't really talk much more than the points that you made, but spoiler, I'm going to ask a question. So if you don't want a spoiler, if you haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul, which it's an older one, but just I guess mute this part until I stop talking.
I'm gonna mute Bizarre right now.
No. So my question is so in the anime, there was a scene that literally made me like bawl my freaking eyes out, where the girl is watching her family members being like fought as weapons.
Yeah.
So that part made me I lost it. But when I was reading the manga, it wasn't as sad. Was that even in the manga, or is that part taken out?
I'm pretty sure it was.
It is. It's in it, but it's done better in the anime.
Yeah, like that. That's what I thought, because I was like, did I miss it, or because I guess it just didn't have like that much of an impact on the manga. But that scene got me. Like that goes on my if we do a top 5 scenes that make you cry, I don't know if you guys already done it or not, but like that would be it.
Top 5 tearjerkers. Okay.
And make sure that if you do that, make sure that it's a Tuesday after one. But anyways, but yeah. So yeah, and then for obvious reasons, season 2 I actually didn't hate. It was just kind of boring. So
it's completely different.
And then once again, it made me not watch the next one. So kind of
I didn't watch that either.
Yeah, kind of like Black Butler. I just kind of fall off after season 2, but I definitely want to give it a try. But yeah.
All right, then let's move on to Anthony.
All right. I thought broad for this next one.
All right.
So I want to preface, I don't hate this one. It's actually one of my favorite series, but a silent voice, but as a show. So not a movie, even though the movie's amazing. I love the movie, but a lot of people tell me that the manga has so much that the movie left out.
Yes.
And like there's a lot more inner dialogue and just more perspective on it. And so I have the box set. I haven't touched it. I will eventually, but if it I love the art style of the movie. So give me that in 24 episodes. It'll be perfect. Great.
Yeah.
More dialogue. I don't care, because if it's good, you will listen to it and you will watch it. So yeah, a 24 episode series, maybe like when it like hits like an anniversary, like
Yeah.
I don't know how old the series
Yeah.
is, but like once it hits anniversary, do an anime series on it. You can reuse the same scenes because that's how good it's held up. I think it's been
Right.
like almost 10 years now
Yeah.
that movie's come out, and 2017, so like eight-ish. But yeah, no, like it's a really good movie, and so I know I've missed out a lot, and a lot of people who've only seen the movie have missed out a lot. So give it an anime, and you should be solid with that.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, I
hard not to get choked up at the balcony, but it's oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, I watched the movie and I felt like I was missing a whole bunch.
So
Yeah,
much.
I felt so
Yeah, I loved
confused
it.
at some parts.
Yeah, I loved it, but I understand there's a lot that's missing.
I'll have to-
I love the manga. Kitty Cat, I felt the same way. I didn't feel the movie was bad per se. My husband, it's funny because I read the manga and then me and my husband watched the movie together and we had the same takeaways. But Shoya's inner dialogue is everything in that series.
Oh
That
yeah.
it's so heartbreaking, and to see, I mean, his journey is still really impactful in the movie, but seeing how much he degrades himself, like that you see in the manga, is so much more hard hitting on top of the movie. So I would highly recommend the manga. Like if you love the movie, like the manga just makes it that much more immersive than it already is.
I actually need to finish reading the second edition because I did start the second one, but I didn't actually finish it. I got a few pages in.
I think it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
one of the what is that girl's name that like never changed like in the movie? Like she just never
Oh god, I
Hated
hated
later
her.
and
What
didn't
was
care.
Name was
She's
trash.
like one of the most compelling bad guys, not bad guys, because she knew she was wrong and she didn't care.
Yeah.
She,
Oh yeah.
like she was definitely a character that's easy to hate.
I want to mess you over. Don't care.
It's like that woman. All right, so for mine, let's get this back up. Next one. All right, so I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are going to be with me. Maybe not Marg, but I think a lot of y'all will.
I think I know.
No, not
Oh.
Berserk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on,
Really?
hold on. I absolutely love this series. It's very good slice of life. I saw it on Netflix years ago, and I had to actually own it. My wife knew about this, and she saw that the box set was, I think it was for $80 something. She got it real cheap, and
Wow.
I was like, I love that you got this, and that you got this for like dirt cheap. That's a twofer.
Yeah.
The thing is, the manga is it's hard for me to get through. I mean, I don't want to say it's boring, but it feels a little dry to me. But I
Mhm.
absolutely loved how the anime did, and I heard that the way they did things was really different from what the manga did. So I'm wanting to see that, and especially the ending's different. So I'm wanting, maybe not too different, but I'm wanting to see what that's like. And they could
Yeah.
use a facelift. That's mine.
I think when I was looking at the shoujo list of what need a reboot, this was like number one.
Usually is.
But you're not
Yeah.
alone.
Usually is. I'd keep it the way it is for reasons, but
Mhm.
a lot of people want that remade.
With how much love it has, I'm surprised it hasn't already had one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, Marg. Oh,
This one's mine.
how dare
I
you?
respect it. I respect it.
Mean.
I loved it.
Weird House Husband totally needs a redo. The animation that they had was it was so bad. I couldn't watch it. It was just like watching somebody flip through a book.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I felt like it did the series a disservice.
I get that.
Yeah, it's a feel-good series, and it's a lot of fun, and it's got that long title love that everyone's got going on right now. So, I mean, yeah, Yakuza guy that's ex-Yakuza guy that's now a house husband. Like, what's not to love about it? But yeah, Netflix just, I don't know, just
Yeah.
messed up the animation, in my opinion.
I
You
get
should
that.
you should try out it's coming, I think it's next season. You should try out the Fable. It's very similar,
Mm.
and like you'll get a lot of the comedy with it. But you should try
Yeah.
that comes out, and I know the manga for that's coming out, but there are comparisons with it. So I'm just hoping it's not like with this, where the animation was like very choppy, which I
Yeah.
thought it was like dry for it being dry, and like that was the purpose to give it charm. But like, yeah, a lot of people did not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was for. Hold on. All right, so now Laura.
Okay, let's do. Okay. Bear with me on this one, okay? Bear with me, because it hasn't even technically came out yet.
Get
But
ready to cancel.
I'm okay getting canceled. Look now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love IG production, but
From day
that
one.
man on that screen is not Ichikawa. That is
From
not my
day one.
Ichikawa. He's just not. And I love this series so much, and I want to watch the anime only because I've seen interviews with the voice actors, and they love their roles. I'm like, if I watch this, I'm here for you. I'm not sold on this, and I'm like, please, can we have a redo? Can we have a redo on this series?
Hasn't even started yet.
So I know it's new, like, so we haven't even gotten it, but I saw it and I was like, yes, give me back the guys and the girls. I mean, just
I
yeah.
need my Kafka to be real. You know,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, Laura's not much of a hater when she hates on stuff for a good reason. I told her, I was like, maybe in motion it'll look good, but yeah, from stills it's very like, ugh. But yeah, I'm waiting for that first episode essentially to see how
Let's
it
hope
looks.
it looks better. I want your kind of optimism there, Anthony, because I just see this and I feel sad.
Yeah, no, like if you see the art, if you go to a Target, you'll find it there. Like
Oh.
the art looks amazing. So like, seeing
Oh,
this,
well,
I
that's
get
good.
it.
That's good. I saw
but-
some kind of merch, and I was just like, no, it wasn't the ninjas. It definitely wasn't that. Because look at them, they look so good in the manga, and just,
Oh yeah. Here's your boy.
I mean, in the anime version, that's not Kafka. Who is that?
Yeah.
That is not our Kafka, and that's definitely not our Ichikawa. Like, give me my Ichikawa. Give me him. So that's all I have to say for this one. Let's hope for the best. Let's embrace Anthony's optimism for all of us. Carry us the whole way.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
yeah.
I went to it was either Comic-Con or Anime NYC last year, where it was like, I think it was Anime NYC, where like I think the second day they showed the trailer for it or the announcement for it, but like the first day they were just like, oh, stay tuned tomorrow at this time for a certain announcement at this place. And I immediately knew, I was like, oh, this is Kaiju number 8. And immediately I was like, oh, Laura's probably gonna hate it if it looks the same. So I immediately thought of Laura. I was like, oh no, this is Laura's baby. Like this is her newest baby. So I'm like, we'll see. But yeah, I have optimism for it. The X, it's not. I know it's not exclusive to X now. But at first it seemed like it was gonna be. That worried me a lot. But I think it's gonna be on Netflix or Crunchyroll at the same time. So we'll see.
It should be interesting.
I have high hopes. Not high hopes. I'm optimistic, like everyone.
Yeah,
Laura.
I'm just not there. I'm sad I'm not there. I wish I was though. I really do.
We'll see in a couple months.
Yeah, we'll see in a couple months.
So bizarre. What other anime do you think should get a redo?
Ooh, this one's Death Note.
I actually thought about this one.
Live action.
I guess for obvious reasons, but I actually never finished Death Note. I tried. I watched the one episode after that individual dies, and I can't. I couldn't do it.
It's okay, you can
Stop.
But I was really kind of. It's kind of a hard one because it's like if, like, the only thing that you could do to like change anything would have them not die, but then that defeats the purpose. So it's like we kind of don't need a reboot, but at the same time, it's like I was just done with this series completely once he died. So it's like, I don't know. It's very, I don't know. But yeah, so I literally stopped at the manga. I stopped at the anime.
Hey, we have a kitty cat.
The live action's great.
I mean, like, yeah.
Wait, which one?
I actually like
the Netflix one?
The one with William Dafoe.
Oh, okay.
He was the only good thing about that.
I liked it. I liked it for what
Hold
it
on.
was.
No, sorry.
Why did you
Don't
just
give
mute
me these
yourself out
powers.
In Marg's defense, for what it is, it's okay. Because be honest, if the Death Note was real, the kid who has it isn't gonna be smart. He's gonna freak out that he has this thing. So
Yeah.
for it being based on it, it makes sense, but it's still not that great. Bizarre as far as I'm considered, you've finished the story. You're good.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the live action, but anyways. So I'm with you. I enjoyed it, but so there's actually if you all are interested in knowing more about the person that dies, there's actually a light novel that takes place before. So I would recommend reading that because I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I read that in high school. It's pretty good. It's like
all right,
the stories of BB. I think I forget what it was called, but I read
it's
that
somewhere there.
I know the what's it called?
Oh.
Yes, we love L. I know that the ending is slightly different, if I remember correctly. Like the way the ending plays in the manga is different. It's like
I never finished it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, so Anthony, you're up on the stage. What is your number 3?
This is a series that if you told me you watched this, you're lying because I don't know how you watch this. Number 3 is Hitman Reborn. The amount of people that said I grew up with the series and it doesn't have a dub, you are lying to me because you're telling me at the age of 6 you've had an iPad or like something that you can watch this on. There's no way. The horrible pacing of the first arc. So this is like a battle shonen, Shonen Jump older title. The first arc is a comedy arc where it's episodic and it's really bad. Like it ends with him, getting hit and then he becomes naked and he just solves the problem. That's it for like the first 40 episodes, and then it hits a serious arc, which is actually really good. I enjoyed the first serious arcs. I was like, oh, this is really good. And as soon as that arc ends, it goes back into the comedy arc, and so it's the exact same thing over again. And then it hits finally like the actual like story that it's meant to, because I think the story with this one is that it did horribly on Jump, and so they were like, this is the same creator that did Psychopaths. This is her like one of her first series. They were like, change it because this is gonna get canned, and she wound up doing like a pretty decent futuristic battle shonen. But yeah, no, because I think it was 2 years ago that I watched this series, because I was like, you know what, I've heard so many people say getting hit becomes I know it's very weird and very odd, but that's mid 2000s. I know, Mark, it's very weird. It's very weird. And so yeah, and so like I think it was 2 years ago where I was like, I started the year and I was like, a lot of people said that this is really good, I'm gonna watch it. And yeah, by the end it's like second point, half of the series is in 4:3, so small box, and then out of nowhere it changes to widescreen and it feels weird. It like just happens. It's like, okay, we need like at least the first half to be in the same frame, and then the story isn't finished. It like stopped in like the third arc of the anime, which is weird because it has 200 episodes and it only adapts like 3 arcs. Because the futuristic arc is like half of the series and it drags. So honestly, fix it up, do it well. The comedy stuff can be like 6 episodes max, then hit into the serious stuff, because the serious stuff is very fun. If you like Zenitsu, you probably will like the show. If you hate Zenitsu, you will undoubtedly hate the show, because the main character is exactly just Zenitsu. Nothing serious, purely comedy. And I remember I was like, if you look up pictures for this series, everyone looks cool. Like they're in their black, like they're black and whites. Everyone looks badass. The main character looks badass, but he's a crybaby the entire time. And it's only this anime is like 203, 206 episodes. Wow. Episode 200 is when he gets serious and like actually like steps up. The entire time, like he'll step up for like an episode or 2, and then he'll go back to being a crybaby. And it's only until the end where he gets it. They don't get the black, like the dress clothes until like 170, 180. I'm like, these are all the promotional arts I see of them in these uniforms, and now I'm getting it, and he's still a crybaby. But yeah, no, I've had so many
yeah.
problems with this. I own the manga that's out of print for this, and I'm just like, one
Really?
day I'm gonna read it. It's gonna be what I don't like, and then I'm gonna sell it and get a bag for it. But you know what? This needs a
Scalper.
full on remake.
Oh my goodness. All right. So I actually heard a lot of good things about that, but
No,
I'm
you've heard
surprised to
wrong.
hear. Oh,
You're
I'm
wrong. You're
surprised.
wrong.
Yeah, I am
I
too.
love the songs. The songs in the OST are really good. Besides
Uh-huh.
that, go find the manga and breeze through it because no, it's not great.
Oh man.
Oh wow! So, well, I'll take that one off my list. So,
Yeah,
for
no.
me, I think we're down to number 4 now. All right. So my next one is Lipnir. Now, this does have some culture in it, yes. And basically, you have a young man who turns into this little mascot-looking thing right here, but he has something weird about him. He actually opens up from the back, and people can climb inside him. So it's a very dark and kind of gruesome kind of story where you're trying to figure out what's going on with
He's a
missing
mascot mech.
teenagers. Huh?
He's a mascot.
He's
mech.
technically a he's
He's technically
technically
a
a
mech.
mech. I mean, if you're
Okay.
gonna go that route, I mean, Attack on Titan. I mean,
Yes.
Interesting.
but this one it finished about halfway through the story, and I think that's because they ran out of material. Now the series is finished at 13. I want them to finish the series. It gets pretty bloody. You have these abilities that people can wish to get just by finding certain coins throughout their city, and it's funny because the person that's granting these wishes actually has what he fashioned into like a vending machine. So you can collect these coins that are around the city that are essentially his friends that he wants to get back. So that they're in little coin form. So people find them, they put them in, they get some kind of wish that helps that turns them into different things. So I actually really like this one all the way from start to finish. Not everybody would like it, but I would say if you like dark themes, a lot of culture, and say complex stories, this is for you.
I hated this one.
I loved it.
I hated this one. If you're interested, go find the first episode, skip to the last scene, and read that last line, and that'll determine if you want to continue with the series. She's in the mech, and she said she did something in the mech. Bo, if you remember. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
read that line, and I knew I was like, I'm in for like a world of hurt with this series. But yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
like the concept is really fun. I will say, like the concept got me. It's very fun. But yeah, no, it's very and then
Culture.
the animation dips every now and then, but then the final episode is really well done.
Oh wait, hold on. What is this?
That's weird.
Culture makes me interesting. Yes, I'm a very, very simple person.
Bo liking his culture and his dark stuff.
Darkness and culture. It's a good mix, like peanut butter and jelly. So, Mark.
Did you unmute me now?
Oh, that's only for a second. Did you think you were on mute the whole time?
Oh man.
I flashed it. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
All right, this doesn't have an anime, but I feel like it just needs it because it's so good. It's such a good series. I mean, we have My Happy Marriage and Apothecary Diaries. I feel like, did I spell diaries right? I don't know.
I don't think you did, but
I have
I don't think I did either. I'm having a hard time with that word recently. Anyways, it has the same kind of vibes as those two, so I feel like it should just have one. Maybe we're not long for it. I don't think Ray Toma has any of her manga series.
I was
as
just
an
wondering.
anime. I don't know, but I feel like she needs one because her art's gorgeous, her storytelling's great, and yeah, I think it'd be cool as an anime.
yeah, no,
That
especially
art.
now with like all the beautiful romances coming out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of action in this one too. That
Ooh.
I mean, Rangetsu, the main female character, she is a badass. So, yeah.
Oh shoot! All right. So, Laura.
I don't know which one to do. They're both shonen. I should just go with this one. I haven't watched this one. We'll just go with this one because there's a specific reason I feel that this one needs a reboot. Okay. I have not seen all of it. I'm just gonna say that now. Listen, I read volume 1. Now I loved it. Why isn't the dog scene in the anime? Tell me why the beginning is not in the beginning of the anime. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. When I found that the dog scene, though, that dog chapter at the beginning of Yu Yu Hakusho made me cry. And I specifically was like, I'm gonna go look for this scene in the manga. It wasn't there. I mean, in the anime, it was not there. So I want a reboot, and I want that scene to be in the beginning of this anime. That's all I want. I just want to see. I want to cry watching the anime like I cried reading the manga.
That was a really great first volume. That's what kind of got me hooked on it. And then
and I just felt like, I mean, not that the anime, like I tried watching it, but then when I realized things from the first volume were not in it, I just didn't watch anymore because I'm like, I loved what I read. And so like, I was surprised that they don't match. I mean, yeah, you have the character introduction that is the same, but like when, I don't know if it was in volume 2 or volume 1, but like he's got to go fight some kind of monster or something because like the girl is basically feeding off this negative energy, and it keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger, and she realized that her jealousy of like her sister or something led to this monster getting so big. And I just thought it was a really powerful, thought-provoking scene of, you know, what jealousy can manifest into when you give it that kind of power. And I'm like, this isn't in the anime either. And so I've just felt really turned away from the anime ever since, even though everybody's like, it's great, the battles are awesome, and I'm sure they are, but what I want was not in the beginning. And so I feel like I can't move forward because my favorite part that I've read so far is not there. So it needs a reboot, not a live action, it needs an anime reboot of an actual, you know, faithful adaptation from the beginning.
I think a lot of people can agree with that. When they could use a facelift.
Laura
that
loves
is
her animals. She loves her
Do what?
animals. You love your animals.
I really do. And you know, it's not, I mean, it's sad, but you know, it had like a happy ending in that chapter. You know, like, it was really touching, so I didn't feel depressed.
Kind of like bittersweet.
I'm crying really hard right now. Made me think of all my past pets and whatnot. So, yeah. But I need to come back to this one because everybody talks so much about it, and I'm just like stuck on the manga.
All right, Bizarre.
My number 4 is Pet Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
It is just an OVA, and it doesn't really need a reboot. It just needs more episodes because each one is a standalone. So it's pretty much a horror anime and manga about this guy that if you make a wish to him and he grants your wish, but be careful what you wish for. And yeah, it's just really freaking good. And I think it has 4 episodes, 3 or 4 like OVA episodes. Oh yeah, all 4 episodes, but it definitely needs. It could go for 24. It could go for 100. I don't care, but one is freaking good. And I think it would be really good to make more because you can still keep this one just fine and then just add to it. So
yeah.
That
The manga needs a reprint too.
It does.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, so
Sounds good though.
Yeah.
Wasn't the original or the manga, wasn't it printed by Tokyo Pop?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
good old Tokyo Pop.
Alrighty, so up on the stage next is Anthony. Number 4. Or 2?
Number two, yes. This number 2, we've actually gotten bits and pieces, but not an actual full remake. And if you know, you know. I want a full-scale OG Dragon Ball remake because I think it's the beginning of the last movie where they talk about Goku's, past with the Red Ribbon Army because that's like the main villain, and you see updated visuals for the OG Dragon Ball, and then there's also like an ending in Kai that's literally just OG Dragon Ball snippets, and it looks really good. I always hate seeing. I'm like, oh, you could just do the OG Dragon Ball and just make it look nice, and like you can shorten it, and people will like it. And like a lot of people actually, like, you tell like a casual fan, they've seen Dragon Ball Z, they haven't seen Dragon Ball. So update the look, update the visuals, they'll be fine. Honestly, I know a lot of people want Super to come back, and we got whatever that kid show is gonna be in like the next couple in the year leading or whatever. They should have just given us this. The story's already there, it's already completed. Drag it out, I don't care. OG Dragon Ball is really fun. It's my first ever anime. It was that and the original Astro Boy were my first animes that I was shown as a baby, and so I would like to see it updated. If not, like obviously, like watch it how it is, but update the visuals, make it look fun, because it's been done before, and I hate whenever I see it pop up on screen.
I think that's a really good one. And it's sort of weird thinking about, like, we have One Piece, Bleach, and all of that. But I'm like, yeah, we don't have like a reboot Dragon Ball kind of thing.
Yeah. Take care, kitty cat.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye.
All right, so Gangsta. That's my pick. Number 2 for me. I absolutely loved this anime, but they didn't give you all of it. They gave you maybe 8 episodes, and it just ended abruptly. It was setting something up. Didn't get to
I can
it,
explain.
so
I'll go ahead, but I'll explain it because I actually know the story behind this one.
Oh, good, because I actually collected the whole series, and when we did this top 5, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta read that one. So there are 8 volumes that took me forever to find, but I now have them all. But yeah, let me know, Anthony, what happened with this thing, because it was an interesting story of certain people that had I would say heightened abilities to fight, and you have the main characters. One right here is actually deaf, and I guess he's tied to our other main character, and I guess he kind of killed his.
He's half blind, if I remember.
He's half blind too. Oh yeah.
I think he actually is half blind.
Half.
Yeah, but it was an interesting detective service that they had, and they kind of brought on a woman of the night as their secretary. I mean, they were protecting her, and she just ended up working for them. It was pretty cool gangster story with a little bit of noir. But Anthony, go ahead and let me know what happened.
If you love Gojo, watch this series. The blind man is literally Gojo. Beautiful and amazing. So the interesting story, I think it's a 10 episode. I think maybe 8, 10 episodes. I know it's short. This is the last anime that the anime studio worked on because they went bankrupt.
Oh.
And so they the final scene is essentially an homage to just the studio, because spoilers, but it's a very sad scene where they've just given up all hope and everything is over. And so even though I think it might be an anime only scene, but it's essentially just the studio talking to you hey, this is the last thing you'll ever see from us. And it's very sad when you get the context for it. And so I was emotional when I first watched it, because I watched this weekly, because it's really good. The power system of having heightened abilities, I believe, like you said, the guy is deaf, but he's amazing at fighting, because all of his other senses are heightened and everything. And so it's a really good concept, but that's the story behind it. It was literally I believe it was the 3rd week into the anime's TV schedule, where they announced hey, we're gonna be this, we're going under, and this is they didn't even know. I don't think they knew if they were gonna finish it, but they were given the chance to finish it. And then that was their final message. So with the context, it's very sad. But yeah, no, I want to pick up the manga for this, because I know they probably missed out a lot. But yeah, it's a really good anime.
It was a pain to get the whole thing, but I finally have all 8.
If you guys don't know, it actually is on hiatus. It never finished. 8's not the last volume.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the creator, I forget what it was with the creator, but I think she wasn't either, because it's a female manga. I think she grew out of it, or something health issues or something.
I think it was health issues, but she did finish on Gangster First. So
yeah.
I think
5 volumes maybe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll have to check that one out now. Now that you found now that you collected all 8, now I get the remaining 5. Right, so that's mine. Mark.
I think you all know what's coming.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for it.
We need a second season. I mean, come on. This series is so popular, and it ended right in the middle of when things pick up after she gets all her dragons. They're ready to go and cut. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Daenerys got her dragons?
Yep. She got her dragons. She hasn't gone crazy, but you know.
I'm still shocked, with the exhibit and all the hype that Yona has had. I don't understand why there's no second season announcement. Like, I'm not gonna lose hope. I mean, if Community took 10 years to get season 3, like, there's still hope for you, Yona.
There's still hope. There's still hope. I mean, they recently had an anniversary too, so I'm like, one of these days they're gonna have to either redo it or finish it.
Please.
Yeah.
Because there's so much content.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think too, it would debunk that, because like when I first was hearing about Yona, I had a lot of friends that were like, it's a reverse harem, and it's not. But I could see where that vibe comes from when you just watch the first season. Like,
right, yeah. I mean, they all feel connected to her, but they're not all in love with her. I mean, they love her as a person.
Right.
As their Crimson Dragon King.
Right.
Person.
Right.
But yeah, it's not like love.
Yeah.
And even I hear and see so much praise and demands for season 2 on this. So I was like, why wouldn't they? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I am also joining that bandwagon, saying, "Hey, this needs to get done," because I'm with a bunch of friends who just can't stop talking about this. Can you get?
I mean, there's so much more of the story to go, and it's like we got a fraction of it, and it just seems I don't understand it. I really don't.
I don't either. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Well, one day, I mean, I noticed that when they have announcements for Yona the Dawn, it'll say, "We have a new Yona the Dawn art book." What?
Hey, I'll take all the Yona stuff.
All right, so Laura.
All right. Bear with me now. Now, I don't know anybody. Well, Anthony, I don't know if you're keeping up with Haikyuu and all of the
I watched a couple episodes from where we last left off.
Look, I'm not going to say spoilers. But right now, with 2 movies and what's left of the manga, there's no freaking way that they can put all of that in one movie. Like, I already know everybody said how they set up for the next one, and I'm just like, if you do not include my favorite arc, so help me, instant redo before it's even begun. Like forgo the movies. You need to give us a season 4. Just make it happen. Like, I'm so terrified that they're gonna skip some of the best parts in the entire series, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like the whole Haikyuu fam right now, we're all in like pins and needles. Like, we have so much excitement. We're like, yes, more Haikyuu, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Can you please answer our concerns right now for what is gonna come? Because there's just so much left. Like, you cannot. There's so much I want to say, but I'm really, really scared that my favorite Hinata, like one part of him is not going to get animated, and it's going to be like so incredibly rushed, and it's just like, this is the first time I've ever felt fear as a fan. Like, what's going to happen to my besties? Like, please adapt it well, especially since it's doing so well. I mean, it hit the main box office records, so I'm like, season 4, season 5 after the movies, or multiple OVAs. So I don't really know if that counts for tonight, but I just felt like if we don't have it, this would be number 1. Because the other anime I wanted to say I haven't seen yet, but I haven't seen it specifically because I could share it real fast, and I won't say anything about it, but just like, if that one doesn't count, I'm gonna say I'm judging based off of looks. what is this? This is supposed to be Library Wars. Who the heck
What?
is this? Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, so that was my other one. I was like, is this supposed to be Dojo in the bottom left? I'm like, and who are these other people? Because that certainly ain't the main girl Iku. But yeah, that one I was like, I don't know.
To do at the top.
Because I'm so turned away. So
unless this is like a prequel or something, or
no, it was like an OVA that just adapted like the final scenes of the manga. Like I don't even think it got a full from the start kind of anime. So I know it got live actions, but I just thought it weird that like you gave an OVA for just the ending of the manga, and then I was really struggling, like, who are these characters?
Yeah.
So yeah. Sorry, that was like a 2-in-1. I felt like Haikyuu was cheating, but the fear, guys. I will come and cry many tears and beg for tissues.
Right, Bizarre, you ready?
Yeah, well, on the Library Wars, I actually got the DVD, and it's not dubbed, which I wish that they would make a dubbed one. That'd be awesome. And I actually got it, and it doesn't play in my player, so I can't even watch it.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I think it's like a region thing. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I really wish they would like make a Blu-ray of that with dubbed. That'd be awesome. Yeah. But sorry, my dog's scratching at the door. You can hear that? I apologize. But my number one is Kids on the Slope.
Ooh.
Yeah, I freaking love this, and I wouldn't necessarily change it, and I wouldn't change the ending. It's I think it's either 12 or 13 episodes. But I wouldn't change I wouldn't change the ending, but I would like to see more from the ending, because they do like a time jump. I would love more of like
more story.
More of the story, but the ending was perfect. But more of the story would be amazing. It's pretty much about a jazz band in the 60s, like high school. It would be kind of neat to see them interact, and this is probably one of the best character development series that I've ever seen, and this is one of my favorite animes ever. And I really hope the manga gets translated. I'm just going to say that here, and on every single whatever the survey that the publishers do, that they say recommend a series, I put this one.
You're always putting that?
Yes, I always put this one. It's the Kids on the Slope. It's so good. It's really, it's kind of like slow paced, but such slow pace in a good way. It has the best, like I said, character development. The interactions with the characters is so good. The music is really freaking good. I need to see if they have a CD or something. That would be cool. I didn't think to look that up. But highly recommend this one.
I've heard so many good things about that one, and I was just about to ask if there was a manga for it.
Yes, there is, but it's not translated, and I keep thinking it will be, so that's why I don't read scans. But I'm tempted to be honest. But yeah,
I would suggest if you haven't seen it, go watch the opening, because the opening is honestly one of the best openings I've ever seen and heard. It's really good. Like Bizarre says, music is really big in the series, and the opening just it paints a picture of what the series is, and you will enjoy it.
Yeah.
I remember years ago I wanted to do a thing where people would suggest openings and I would watch them, and so I had that planned out, and I watched it and I was like, oh, this is really good.
Oh yeah.
So it has a cult following. A lot of people who have read or watched it really love it. So hoping that you actually get the translation.
You guys know where it streams at? It doesn't look like it's on.
I don't think it streams on anything.
I think it's not on anything. I think it might have been on Funimation, but since it's gone under,
yeah, I think they got this from. I'm trying to see what company I got this from. They're on the classes, but it's maybe on Sentai. It's on the Sentai release. So
it might be. It says the videos aren't available anymore on
Sentai.
Yeah.
On Crunchyroll. Somebody give it 1 star. They're like, I can't find this anywhere.
Yeah, it was on Crunch. It says not on Crunchyroll, so it probably was on Funimation. Maybe they'll migrate it over, hopefully. But yeah, no, like
Maybe.
I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, I mean, it was so good that I watched it, and then as soon as I finished it, I rewatched it. So, yeah, really good.
All right.
All right. So
Anthony.
number one
What?
is an interesting take. A lot of people probably wouldn't agree with me. I would love to see Naruto done, but from the beginning of everything. So you start at Kaguya, you don't start at Naruto, and then eventually like it leads into like when Naruto was born and all that stuff. Like make it from the beginning of the Shinobi timeline. I think it's called like the whole timeline of the whole series. But, yeah, no,
Okay.
this makes the flashbacks important because you'll see them in real time. So you're not like given flashbacks every time if you watch the Naruto anime. A lot of people hate the flashbacks because it happens every so often. So it makes the flashbacks, set at their current time, makes them important. Updated look. I know this poster was for like an anime, like it was like a 4-episode anime they wanted to do last year where they just hurried through arcs, but it never got released. So I'm hoping they're like holding it back because a lot of people wanted that to be like, all right, we're gonna give you like a Dragon Ball Kai situation where we remake it. And so yeah. And so since the story is finished, you don't have to worry about like it being stretched out like the original anime because a lot of people hate that. And it would be a better way to watch it. So if you do it from the beginning and you don't want to watch the beginning, you just wait until they get to the part where Naruto's born, and then you can watch from there. It will remind me of like JoJo's because JoJo's is in parts where you can pick it up anywhere. So I feel like that'd be good for it. If you don't want to watch the beginning, just wait a year. Well, you'll get an announcement. Like they can just do like a promote announcement like, oh, we're currently heading into like the Madara kid arc. Cool. You can pick it up there if you want. No? Okay, Naruto's finally here. Then you pick it up from there. Like it gives you so many opportunities to just pick up from where you want it to be. And you don't have to deal with all of the, limitations of it. Cause I'm currently watching it with my girlfriend. We're on the last arc. And the entire time I'm like, damn, this could be a lot better. But yeah, no, it'd be fun. It'd be interesting. But a lot of stuff and a lot of care would take to make it a thing.
Yeah.
All right, so my
I
last
feel like I know
one.
what this is gonna be.
Do you? Do you know?
I feel like
Soul Eater.
Never mind.
This one ended.
Wait, bro, before you go on, I am shocked. Nobody said Berserk.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants Berserk.
I'm shocked no one said Berserk anyway.
Where's that mute button?
I know.
A lot of people clamor for that.
I agree.
Surprised.
I agree.
This was going to be on my list, but I like the beginning.
I figured somebody would have done it. So
this was going to be on my list, but go ahead and then I'll talk about it.
Okay. So Soul Eater was a really great anime. I loved it. Then when I saw that it had a manga, I decided to start buying these things. Things are actually pretty nice. They come in hardcover now, and apparently the story is a little different. I guess they ran out of. Story, so they kind of made up their own thing.
They caught up.
Oh.
And the ending kind of sucked, in my opinion. I mean, it didn't. It felt like a lazy writing, so I wasn't happy with where it was. And then to find out that it's not how the manga ended, I'm happy to hear that because now I get to read this. But I just been kind of putting this back on the back burner. I'll get to it eventually, but I would like them to redo it. I did absolutely love the sword Excalibur. That was one of my favorite characters of this show. If you know, you know. But yeah, everybody was written really well in the beginning, and I love the stories. I want to see more.
Isn't this one like somehow loosely tied into Fire Force?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a spoiler. It's a spoiler, but yeah, they're tied together.
It's kind of a heavy spoiler, Laura, but yeah.
I didn't even know.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm
It's
kidding.
okay, it's okay.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
thought it was
joking.
common knowledge, and I was just late to the bandwagon and like misread or heard that somewhere because I was
It was
like, "There."
posted everywhere, like
Yeah,
Twitter,
when it happened, like
yeah.
the manga wise, because anime wise, like it was pretty obvious, but like just no one no one actually really talked about it.
Yeah.
But manga wise, when like they reveal that it's tied to it, everyone went crazy for it.
Oh yeah.
So I can see why you were confused. Yeah. So, Bo, you haven't read it at all? Like, you
No,
haven't
no,
read the manga?
I think I'm on volume 4.
Okay. I can tell you exactly when it differentiates from the manga.
Mhm.
It's when the 3 kids fight the dude in the top hat, the small guy, Mosquito. When they fight Mosquito, that's the last part that they adapted from the manga. Then it caught up, and then it becomes anime only. I enjoy the anime only stuff, and the only reason why I didn't put it on my list is that if you remake this, the art style will most likely change because there was a sequel series. There's a spin-off series to it that a lot of people don't like, and I'm pretty sure it would just get that art style, and a lot of people wouldn't like it. But yeah, the art style is very unique for the time. It's like a time capsule, honestly. So you enjoy the manga. Manga's really good. I think it's like one of my top 5 because it'll make you cry. It'll make you cry. And so I would love a remake, but there's a big caveat with that where like there's a chance that it could be ruined.
Did you read Fire Force 2?
No, I watched the 2 seasons. I dropped season 1 like 5 episodes in because the fan service is really bad. Bo is writing
manga.
Bo is writing it down. Bo is writing it down as we speak. But yeah, no, there's just like a scene.
Maybe it was too harsh on you.
There's a scene where like a character gets introduced and like all of her clothes just come off for no reason. And like that's her thing. I was like, oh no, I'm good.
Even worse than
I did not see that scene. I know that I was like at the library flipping through, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the scene where I forget the main guy's name, but like when he meets one of the other fire departments and she's the girl and she walks over to him and he's laying on the ground and he got a very full shot in the manga. The anime censored that, I think, or like changed that slightly, but I was like, I'm just gonna put this back. This is not the detail I needed to see. I was like, I'm just gonna appreciate the scenes I have seen in the anime and just call it a day.
Yeah, no, there's I think it might be the same scene we're talking about where like he meets a girl and the girl's very clumsy and like she winds up tripping and for some reason she's naked and for some reason his hand is in her shirt, full grope, and it's like no. Because Soul Leader does have fan service, I will say, but it's not that in your face. Thank you. We love anime and manga. Yes. Yeah, it's not. Soul Leader is not as in your face as it is with Fire Force. And then a lot of people were like, "Oh no, season 2 is really good. Like you need to check out season 2." And then eventually I was like, "I don't have anything to watch." Season 2 is a big improvement over season 1, but it was a thing where like I finished season 2, I got the big cliff, like the big like reveal / cliffhanger at the end of it, and I was like, I can't wait for season 3. I don't want to read the manga, even though I did enjoy season 2 a lot. So there's some bad, but there's some good. But you have to like kind of have to slog through it, honestly. But yeah,
gotcha. The beginning was so sad, and I was like, wasn't prepared for this. Well, I felt it was sad, like when he goes into the house and when you're finding out like, the premise of the story. I was like, I think this is how I'm gonna see myself out because I thought this was gonna be just happy battle shonen, and I was like, it gets not that.
It gets sad. It gets a lot sadder too later on. Like I think like its first serious arcs deal with like an orphanage, and it's very sad. Like it's like, and they don't hide anything. I'm just like, wow, that's very upsetting. But yeah. it's a big can of worms with that one.
Yeah, I think I noped out after like 5 episodes. Like, what in the athlete's food is this?
That is such a good pun considering he uses his feet. He's got it. I was like, why did he make such a pun like that or comment like that? Like, wait a second. Oh my goodness. I really need Shonen Jump to return back to like, or have like, we have our battle shonen, but it stays happy majority of the way through. Like One Piece does it so well. But like I miss that Deku's not that happy crybaby kid at the beginning, and now everything's so dark and depressing. And even with Jujutsu Kaisen, with things I'm seeing, and Yozakura family, like please don't get me invested to just break my heart at the end. Like, keep it happy. Doesn't have to be always happy, but still.
Yeah. Oh, so is that everybody's top 5?
Yeah.
So
Right. So I think we had a pretty decent one. Sorry that Carrie was not in this stream, but again, we're praying, we're sending good vibes her way. Hopefully, her family's
course.
okay and everything's wrapped up and all fixed up now.
Yeah.
So, but aside from that, what's everybody have going on in their channels this week, Mark? Laura.
What is that?
You're right. Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I have the manga sprint. What do we call it again?
Yeah,
Wow.
Isn't it the manga
How do you
reading
forget your own
Manga
the
sprint
manga
squad.
reading
There we go.
manga reading? Yeah.
My brain just went on vacation for a minute. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
Manga Sprint Squad on Friday nights at 8.
Uh.
So I think we're going to continue it. Maybe 1 to 2 more Fridays after this Friday. So we'll see. But
Okay.
yeah, this Friday is Read a Short Story Collection.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I am
It's
super
always a lot of
bummed
fun.
that I am not going to be there Friday because of a previous engagement.
Oh,
I- But since you said there'll be 2 more weeks, I'm really relieved because I've
Yeah.
missed this past 2 weeks and I can't reschedule the event that I'm going to on Friday. So,
Yeah.
or not event, but anyway, I can't reschedule it. So I'm gonna miss you guys.
Yeah. We'll miss
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yes, and
next
we are
week.
not a cult. So
We are not.
yeah.
You say
Totally
that,
not a
man.
cult.
So this is exactly what a cult would say.
I know, exactly.
Well,
We're totally not for real.
I was like, Anthony's like, yeah, we're not. You know, like
We're
the
not.
enthusiasm didn't match here. So I feel like the host there is saying one thing, but the members are saying another thing.
We're not.
We did have
Don't
a
worry about
goat sacrifice the last episode, so
That royal noodle.
yeah.
I love how he would like pop up as a little small version through the manga. Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
random
wait a
little
minute.
yeah, it's like, okay, I'm attached to a dead royal noodle that was sacrificed in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's when he popped up. I thought it was so funny with the art styles.
Oh man. So Laura, what else do you got anything else going on this weekend?
Yeah, I was pretty salty. My mic was not plugged in when I filmed Monday, and I basically have like a YouTube short coming tomorrow about it was last moment thing of what 5 series would I recommend that are on webtoons, and then Friday I'm gonna have a reading wrap up. Hopefully, I have to film it tomorrow, so otherwise there won't be, and I don't know what I will do. But tomorrow for certain, yes.
See on that. Bizarre. What you got?
I have 6 videos that I need to edit that are all just kind of sewn together, and I'm lazy and I don't want to do it.
I
At
understand.
least we
I
have
feel
videos
you.
ready.
Yeah, I feel
We
you.
have to edit. So the hardest, honestly, the hardest step is just to edit and sit there.
Mhm.
Anthony,
Yeah.
what you got?
And I try to stay organized in folders, but they're just all mixed in. I don't even know.
We're all jumbled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. And Anthony, what you got?
Yeah. So unfortunately, I like doing Valentine's videos. I didn't get to do one this year, because I realized it's very hard for the subject I wanted. I wanted to talk about like the teasing romance series, so like those Nagatoros, Uzakis,
Oh yeah.
and then I was editing it, and I was like, I'm so half-assed on most of these because I have not read most of these, so I'm like doing more research. But like I basically made a list of every series that is in that category or what people think are in that category. Because like for example, a lot of people think Komi's in that category for some reason, even though it's completely different. But yeah, and it's just me hating on a bunch of series. But yeah, and then actually some good ones. I will say there are actually some decent examples of it. But yeah, I have to edit that. I like did the thumbnail, which I was very proud of. Just a bunch of like the obvious ones and not so obvious ones that a niche person would get. But I have to do more research. Probably have to like read more. My Dress Up Darling's probably like the main one I have to read. 'Cause I'm not touching Rent a Girlfriend because I had enough of that.
Oh
I have to
God,
get
yeah.
I have to get on something else. That
Uh,
but I just have to read
Marguerite.
more of it so I can make it more concrete. Where it's just I was editing it and I was like, this one's okay. I don't like this one. I was like, no, it's not. I could do better. So I have to just fix that up.
Yeah, I'm still going strong on the
Thank you,
for the
Moonbeams.
girlfriend.
Yeah, you can stop, Marg.
I mean, I stopped at 20. I think I'm on 21 or 22. And I'm like,
bought
okay, I'm gonna
22 of
take a
them?
pause because, huh?
Jeez.
You bought 22 of those?
You're enabling this, Mark.
Yeah.
I still think it's great. Like, well, I won't
Oh.
say great, but I mean, it's a fun time. Like, yeah, he
I wouldn't
keeps
mind-
doing the same stupid stuff.
I wouldn't mind the
but
spin-off. The spin-off looks decent with
I
Sun,
like
I
the
think her
spin-off.
name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks fun because like I enjoyed her when I watched season 1, but I was like, I'm not picking this up, and it's like not even done yet.
I agree.
When I get to the
I
part
agree,
with the
Carrie Bell.
grandma, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So I don't know. I'm really liking it. I'll see what 21, 22 have going on because 23 is coming out. So we'll see.
I think of you every time I see when I've seen the newest cover where she's holding the black hair girl has the oh gosh, you know, you go swimming and have like the donut floaty.
Yeah,
She's in that. And I was like, oh, the covers are pretty cute usually. But
they
They
are.
are. I will give them that. The covers look really nice.
So, well, I'm going to do the manga gathering, not a haul or any sorts. I'm just going to be doing that probably tomorrow or the next day. I'll be putting that video together. I'm going to try a new editing software that I heard about. So, I think it's like Cap something. I got to look at the name. But
I hope it goes well for you. I was pretty devastated when I went to edit my video and I was like, you can't edit something when the sound isn't there.
oh, I hate
Oh,
that.
no.
Yeah, so I was very crushed for most of the day, and then I saw something online. It's like, you know, we're just gonna put this little YouTube short together, and I'll feel better. And I felt better afterwards, even though it wasn't what I wanted to do. But you know, so I hope it goes well for you.
Appreciate that. But again, we'll be back next Tuesday. We'll come up with something else. We'll see. We'll look at Twitter to see what happens next. So, but yeah, thank y'all for coming by, and just like hit like and subscribe to our channels. We're listed in the comments. I'll need to add Anthony's, but yeah. Until next time, guys. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.